Hey there, LEGO fans, welcome back. Alex here. In this video, we're going to be doing a build and placement of the new Sanctum Sanctorum. This is set number 76218, contains 2,708 pieces, and retails for $250 US. This is a big boy. Now, at the LEGO store, it was crazy. There was a lot of new sets coming out today, which is August 1st. If you spend over $150, you get one of these, which is the Forest Hideout. A really cool little extra that you get for spending that much money. I missed this on the first go around, so happy I was able to get it with this purchase. Now, many of you are probably wondering, wait a minute, Alex, don't you already have a Sanctum Sanctorum in your city? Yes, I do. Many of you have seen the mock I put together a while back, but curiosity got the best of me, and I'm really wondering how the real LEGO set looks in comparison to the mock that I put together some time ago. I'm sure in many ways it's going to be superior, but the question is, can we fit both Sanctum Sanctorums in the city, or can only one prevail? Maybe you guys can help me figure that out. Anyway, as always, what we're going to do is a time-lapse build, do our review and comparison, and see if we can find a spot for it in the city. Let's go ahead and get started. And we are back, and here is the new Sanctum Sanctorum, and I also brought up the mock from my downtown area as well. We're going to do a fun little comparison between these two. You can also see a pretty good difference between them as far as size goes. But let's go ahead and talk about the official LEGO set. Really fun to build. You can always tell it's fun to build when my teenager Josh wants to build the majority of it, which he did in this case. So thanks to him for getting this thing done so quickly for me. Anyway, what I love about the Sanctum Sanctorum is that it is a modular building. It is going to be compatible with all the other modulars as well. You can take it apart section by section, the roof, the top floor, the middle floor, etc. Very well and nicely put together. You get 3 separate instruction booklets for the Sanctum Sanctorum, one for each floor. So yes, up to 3 people can be building this at the same time. As with most Marvel sets, you do get a fair share of stickers. This is no exception, a couple of small sheets here, but the stickers, I will say, add a lot of fun detail as well as a lot of Easter eggs into your Sanctum Sanctorum. It's hard to find a spot on your Sanctum Sanctorum, whether it's the inside or the outside, where you don't see a sticker. You get 9 minifigures with the Sanctum Sanctorum, and I like the minifigures that came with this. Let's go ahead and start off with Ebony Maw here. Next to him, we have Iron Man. Iron Man also has a reversible face and also has an interchangeable hairpiece as well. We also get another Spider-Man. We also get Master Wong. Scarlet Witch is also included, obviously, and you also get a reversible face with her. You get 3 Doctor Stranges in this thing. First one is Sinister Strange here, who also has a reversible face. Master Mordo also is included in this set, and he also has a reversible face as well. I really like him. I'm happy to have him in the collection. And next we have Dead Strange. No reversible face on him. He is just as he is there. And last but not least, we have Doctor Strange himself. Also, yes, he does have a reversible face. But one thing I like about him, well, actually I love about him, is that he's got this very soft plastic style cape that you can just kind of pull off and put back on him without taking off his head. It's very similar to those Batman capes that we're seeing in those larger scale Batman sets. So pretty good looking minifigures, and very happy to have these in the collection. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the cool features with this new Sanctum Sanctorum, and one of those is that it has this interdimensional beast coming out of the side of the Sanctum Sanctorum, and you will notice that mine does that as well. So interesting. Did Lego copy my MOC? Probably not. No, because I think that was already kind of the idea. I built my MOC based off of two previous Sanctum Sanctorums Lego sets, as well as a Lego set that had that beast coming out anyway. So I don't think I can really claim credit for the designer with this idea. Now, what's really cool though about the new Sanctum Sanctorum is that this interdimensional beast is interchangeable. You actually have a panel that is removable on each floor of this new Sanctum Sanctorum, and you can change them out. So if you want your interdimensional beast coming out of the top floor or the bottom floor, you can certainly do that as well, which I think is a fantastic added feature. Adding to the playability of the Sanctum Sanctorum, there's a lot of these snot elements all throughout the building, especially on the back, and that allows us to place our minifigures at very weird angles and places so that they look like they're in the middle of an epic battle. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the comparisons between these two sanctums. Remember that this is just my own design, but there's been a lot of very similar designs out there with other Lego fans creating their own MOCs. So let's go ahead and take a look at how this sizes up. Now I will say on first glance, the new Sanctum Sanctorum is definitely going to be taller, but I will say that mine definitely beats it out as far as using up the majority of the base plate, because on the back of it, I do have two items that this sanctum does not have, and that is Pepe's Pizza here at the bottom floor, as well as Peter Parker's apartment. I do believe though that the new Sanctum Sanctorum does beat out mine easily as far as detail of the exterior. There's a lot of great things going on here all around it. Mine is a little bit more plain, but that was on purpose. I didn't want it to be crazy sticking out, but I definitely wanted it to be recognizable as a Sanctum Sanctorum. Now let's take a look at the interiors of these two buildings. Now, just like the new Sanctum Sanctorum, mine is also built modular style, so I can remove these upper levels to reveal the inside as well. Now, one thing I did notice about the new Sanctum Sanctorum is when you open up the doors, they block your ability to go to the left or the right. You have to walk up the stairs a little bit, close the doors, and then you can access either side. Little things like that I do notice because I'm always looking for realism. But one thing this thing does better than mine is it does have the staircase right there in the middle where it should be, whereas mine is not where it should be in the Sanctum Sanctorum. I did that differently because of the way that you would access the top level as well as the middle level as well. But I will say this, mine has a bathroom, so it's got one thing that the other sanctum does not. And of course it does have Pepe's Pizza there at the back, and we can see some construction workers enjoying their pizzas. Now, a fun added feature of the new Sanctum Sanctorum is that there is this section on the side here that you can access via this door, and that goes to this refrigerator at the very end here that you can remove. And by the way, the fridge is fantastic looking. I love the inside of it as well. But behind the fridge, check it out, a secret spot, and there it is, a Tesseract hidden from view. Now, as we move up to the second level, it reveals my biggest gripe of the new Sanctum Sanctorum, and that is going to be space. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of space in here. It's very tall, and I like how you can see the bottom floor to the top floor very well. There's a lot of great artifacts in here, a lot of great detail. However, it is very squished. As you access these bookcases at the back wall, there's really no space for a minifigure to stand without feeling like that person's going to fall backwards. Looking at the back of the sanctum, they have 6 extra studs of space to work with. And I wonder, why didn't the designer just give us 2 extra studs of space on the inside so that we can have a more realistic approach to that back wall? I mean, at a price tag of $250 US, I think they should have given us that. So it seems really squished to me, but that's just my biggest gripe. But also, at the same time, it's also the coolest feature because back there's this door, and as you open it up, it reveals a certain realm. And you can control up to 3 realms that show behind this door by controlling these back switches here that move these wall elements in front of that door each time you open it. So I think that's one of the coolest features that this thing has to offer on the interior. Now, moving over to the second level of my MOC, you'll notice that it definitely has plenty of space. There's no worry of a minifigure falling over the edge as they check out the books. But I will say it does lack a lot of detail that the new set definitely has over it. We also have the first level of Peter Parker's apartment here at the end, which isn't very well furnished. It just has the basic necessities. Now here on the other side of my Sanctum Sanctorum is a staircase leading to the 3rd floor, using a lot of snot elements and sloped elements to create a lot of, I don't know, a better detail, I would say, to access that last floor. And that actually leads me to my next gripe about the new Sanctum Sanctorum. Whereas the 3rd level of the new one looks fantastic, it's got very much a museum kind of feel to it. There's no stairs or a ladder that gives you direct access to the 3rd floor. I'm always looking for the realism, and it's just not existent in this one, unfortunately. So I guess it's just assumed that Doctor Strange floats up to the 3rd floor. But regardless, I think it looks really good. There's a decent amount of space up here as well. When you look over at mine, definitely some space there as well. Very opened up, not as much detail, but you can see there we do have Peter Parker's apartment, or the 2nd level of his apartment. A lot of space in there. That kid's doing well in life, right? Not bad. Now also you're going to see that I do actually have control to move the tentacles of this interdimensional beast on the side of my Sanctum Sanctorum, whereas the new Sanctum Sanctorum beast doesn't really have that ability to move. It's just there for looks, and the tentacles definitely do not move. So hey, that's one thing I do have over the new design. That is a quick look at the new Sanctum Sanctorum. And also, I will say that the roof has definitely got some more detail than mine. That is for darn sure. But what I will say is that mine has a water tower right there. So there you go. Anyway, guys, so now the challenge is to find a spot for both of these in the city. And of course, the question is, can 2 Sanctum Sanctorums exist in the same Lego city? I guess it's very possible to repurpose this one as an apartment building, but man, I love it so much. I worked really hard on it. So I don't know, you guys are gonna have to tell me what you think. I think this is gonna go back to where I had it before. It worked pretty well there next to the pond, with the back being Pepe's Pizza and Peter Parker's apartment. This thing doesn't have anything on the back, right? It's just an alleyway of nothingness. So my challenge is finding a spot for this in the city some way, somehow, as a corner modular, basically. Whew, and then we'll have another modular at the beginning of the year. Ooh, this is going to be tough. Anyway, that is a good challenge to have. So let me take these downstairs and see what we can figure out. So here we are in the downtown area. I already told you I was going to put the Sanctum Sanctorum MOC back to where it was before. That was the low-hanging fruit, so put that back right there. But the new Sanctum Sanctorum is on the other side of the downtown area, right there, next to the airport shuttle, is where I found some space for it. I did end up moving some buildings around. The Torg Tower, which used to be between the Avengers Tower and Cit Complex, has been moved to the other side, and that now sits between the Daily Bugle and Mike's. And now the police station modular has been moved over, and that is the neighbor of the Sanctum Sanctorum. So I had to make some changes over there, but it still works pretty well. It is very, very close to those the track from the airport shuttle. I think I might have to be making some changes here. I don't think that's a permanent fix right there, but I will say it looks really good next to the police station. I think that those are actually really good neighbors. I actually put it right where the as a test, I put it where the Parisian restaurant is, but it just did not look good next to that very short boutique hotel. But anyway, guys, that is the update of the new Sanctum Sanctorum. So now we have that big Daily Bugle. We have the new Sanctum Sanctorum. So what will we get next? Will we get an actual Avengers Tower, like a real huge Avengers Tower? Only time will tell. And if so, what happens to mine? My goodness. 2 Avengers Towers, 2 Sanctum Sanctorums, maybe, maybe not, I don't know. But I do know this, the beginning of the year we'll have yet another modular. So this downtown area is getting pretty dense. So I'm going to have to really think about how this is all going to be organized in the future. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think about the new Sanctum Sanctorum and its comparison to the MOC. As always, you guys have a fantastic day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.